Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of You Ought to Know Live, seen and heard live every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on YouAutoKnowLive.com. It's a pleasure to be with you. If you're watching this on archive, we'd love to have you join us next week live, but we have, of course, a bunch of people with us tonight, and we're glad that you are. We have a couple of our friends that are in the automotive business that can help you with certain different things that you may not even know you need help with. For example, Michael Lambert, he's the owner, along with his wife Lena, of the Shine Shop, a detail shop extraordinaire, an exotic, plus also daily driver, plus muscle car. Whatever car that you really are enthusiastic about, Mike Lambert from the Shine Shop can detail for you and protect with ceramic coatings and also synthetic waxes. And we also have Jose Bueso. Jose is the owner, along with two of his great friends and partners, of Dynamic Automotive, 3 locations in the Frederick, Maryland area. Excellent automotive centers for both import and domestic cars, all of them open Monday through Saturday, with one of them in Urbana open on Sunday, complete with a car wash, quick lube, and also the BG products installed on Sunday. I'm Dave Serio. I'm the host of a radio program called You Ought to Know, seen and heard live every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. till noon, on the web at daveserio.com and 3 radio stations in the Maryland area. You can find out everything you want to know about this radio program at daveserio.com. D-A-V-E-S as in Sam, E-R-I-O. daveserio.com. Let's go to our friend, Mr. Mike Lambert from the Shine Shop. Good morning, good evening, Mr. Mike. How are you?
You're used to talking to me on the radio, Dave. That's what it is.
I'm used to talking to you on the morning radio program. Absolutely, Mike. Good to have you here this evening, sir. And boy, you've got to tell the folks what's sitting behind you.
I have a 2012 Lexus LFA.
Woo, baby. For those of you that
nice
may not be familiar with an LFA, you need to Google that right now and look that up. That is a $475,000 exotic sports car from Lexus.
Yeah, it's over 500 horsepower, all carbon fiber, and it's an interesting story. The owner was telling me Lexus had originally made them all out of aluminum, and when Mr. Lexus got in to drive it, he said it's too heavy, so they took them all back and made them all entirely out of carbon fiber. Everything is carbon fiber, even the little rod that's separate that props open the hood. So now, it weighs about 2 ounces, and it's about 3 feet long, and it only weighs about 2 ounces. It's amazing.
I found something out about my car. I don't know if I've mentioned on this show or not. I have the 2013 Viper, which is primarily made of carbon fiber. But there are some aluminum parts on my car. And I asked them, I said, not that this is a big deal. I was at a convention for Vipers, and some SRT engineers were there, and they were doing a little talk about the Viper and letting people know about them, some things that we may not know, even though we own them. And we did learn some things. But I mentioned to them, I said, listen, I don't want you to think this is the most important factor in my life about this car. So, but the FM reception and AM reception is not that good. And it's not as good as my 2003. That is not carbon fiber. And I found out that that is the problem. When you have a carbon fiber car and the antenna is behind the carbon fiber, you cannot get good reception on your radio. The radio reception does not go well through it. Now, the satellite, this is the remarkable thing. My satellite is crystal clear because on the very back of the windshield, there's a small area of where they put the satellite, okay? And it happens to be aluminum. And that's why the reception is so good for satellite. So they've learned that, and now they've learned in some cars they've got to put the FM and AM reception in another area of the car.
Yeah. Now this gentleman was telling me is an interesting story. When he first got the car, it has the capabilities to you press a button on the nav screen and it'll connect you with somebody at Lexus, a person at Lexus. And he was taking it on a long trip, and he said, I couldn't find the cruise control. He said, and I couldn't, there's no cup holders in a car. So you would figure a car with this much money, it's all about performance. So He punched the button, and the lady from Lexus came on. And he says, "Can you tell me how to operate the cruise control? I can't find it." But she said, "Hold on." She came back and said, "There is no cruise control." He says, "Well, why not?" And she said, "Hold on." So he came back with an engineer came back on the phone with him and said, "It's weight savings." He says, "But you put a 50,000 watt stereo in the car, but you can't put cruise control in it because it weighs too much." So, funny story. And the key I found really interesting. It's an old Lexus regular key. It's not a smart key. It's just a plain old Lexus key with a separate remote for the alarm, which I thought was ludicrous on a car that costs this much money.
I would agree with you on that. I think you're right. But can you get the camera on that a little bit? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people here have never seen a LFA in person, even though this still won't be in person. It's as close to it in person.
Without giving my wife a heart attack.
Right, I understand. Well, look at that wing. Oh, wow. Oh, man, look at that.
That's the hood.
Neat.
Wow.
Yep.
And as we come over the roof, you see the wing on the back.
Look at that brake cooling scoop for the rear brakes. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yep.
All scoops, a lot of angles.
And all active.
Rear wing.
Yep.
But, yeah, interesting car.
And how about the interior? Can you get a shot of the interior at all?
I can't open the doors.
Okay, no problem.
I can't actually touch it because the coating's curing. So.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, well, explain to the folks what coating is on there, and when you listen to this, folks, realize you don't have to have a $475,000 car to get this coating. If you really are enthusiastic about your car, you should consider it. Like I have on 3 of my cars, and now my 4th car has just been scheduled for November, the day before Thanksgiving. So tell the folks about this coating.
Well, we're using a product from a company called Gyeon, Gyeon. They're out of Hong Kong, and they're the latest technology in ceramic coatings, which are basically another layer of clear on your car. They don't wear off like waxes and sealants, and they rate their products by car washes. So if you went to Jose's car wash 150 times, it would still last. So that's how.
Hey, Jose would like that, by the way.
Yes, he would.
Jose will give you a special price for 150 car washes.
So the basic durability is 18 to 24 months, but they kind of like to rate it by real world standards. So they say 150 to 200 car washes, automatic car washes. And this car I'll probably never have to touch again because it stays in a garage and it doesn't come out in bad weather or anything like that. So an exotic or a car that's kept in a garage, it's a lifetime thing. I would imagine because it just doesn't wear off.
I would think so. Yeah, it doesn't wear off. And you've got it on a couple of my cars. It's just beautiful. I've mentioned many times how you brought the paint out that I never would have thought was possible. And that is a testament to the ability that you have for detailing, first of all, and then also the coating it too.
Yeah, the coatings will magnify any defects. So there are some cars I just won't put it on because I can't get them perfect. But we've used it on our cars before we started on any clients' cars, and even my wife said she's never seen my black Challenger look like that. And I really noticed the difference. It looks blacker for some reason. And they have a different chemical makeup than most other coatings, as they don't use alcohol to carry the coating material onto the paint. They use some kind of a different product that doesn't allow the coating to shrink and it doesn't evaporate off the surface too soon, so more of the coating's on the car. So we think it's the top of the line product that's out there.
Very good. Well, I do too. And from what I've seen on your black Challenger, and I will agree, you drove that Challenger a couple weeks ago to Hunt Valley Horsepower when I was there for the radio program, and your car had sat out all night when it had rained, and you brought it on over, and it still was unbelievably clean looking, and also, as you said, a deep black look, like it's supposed to.
I don't know what they've done different with this coating, but it's really impressive as far as the car doesn't get dirty. I mean, my wife's Volkswagen sits outside 24/7, and it's been 2 weeks and it just doesn't look dirty. You know, if you look close, you'll see some dust and stuff on it because it's been in the rain, but the car doesn't get dirty, which is good.
Amen. Of course, that's bad for you.
No.
Eventually, it's going to put you out of business.
No, well, let's hope I can put enough coatings on that I can retire.
There you go. There you go. Your contact information, your phone number here in Maryland is 410-833-1632. You're in an area called Reisterstown. People Google that and see how they get. And also, of course, your website is theshineshopAutoDetailing.com. And don't forget to put the word "the" in front of it, theshineshopAutoDetailing.com. And that's got everything on there, your pricing, your everything about Gian. Also, of course, the information about other cars you've done, like your LFA, but or like the LFA, not your LFA, the LFA, and other cars. But you do daily drivers too.
I do. I do a little bit of everything. As a matter of fact, Thursday I'm doing. My wife's boss has bought a new Hyundai, I believe, Santa Fe. We're doing a coating on that because he wants the protection. He wants to protect the investment. So we've done that. We've done a lot of cars that are daily drivers with coatings. A lot of your listeners have come because they want the protection. They're out on the highway all the time, and it's out in the weather, so it's a major investment to buy a car. So you might as well protect it, and it's much better and much more economical than what the dealerships are selling.
Well, the car that I'm sending you on the 26th of November, Wednesday before Thanksgiving, is a daily driver. That's the 2006 Magnum. And you're going to get that looking sharp, and hopefully the Gian will go on there without a problem, because I'll have to have you make the decision on whether it's in good enough shape to do that.
No, I think it will. We looked at it over at Hunt Valley that day. I think it'll be fine.
Good.
And a lot of people ask me, well, why do you put it on cars that stay in the garage all the time? Well, it not only is so durable, it makes the car look gorgeous. It just really enhances the colors of the car. So if you want the car to look the best, it's good. And if you want the out and out best protection you can put on your paint, then it's good for that too. So it kind of covers both ends of the spectrum.
Well, by the way, at my household, Saturday was a very sad day because I put all the battery tenders on all 4 vehicles in the garage.
Yep.
Sad day.
Change the clocks, put the cars away.
Yeah, pretty much is what happens. It's frustrating. All right. Thank you, Mr. Mike.
No problem.
You got a tip of the week for us when we come back?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sounds good. We'll look forward to it. Jose Bueso, we mentioned you at the opening. You are one of the partners of Dynamic Automotive, 3 locations to serve you in the Frederick, Maryland area. How are you, Jose?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. You probably have your I voted sticker on. I voted this morning first thing, and Mike said he voted. So we have 3 good citizens out of 3 on the show.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, a lot of the employees that were at this location and at the other locations took the time to get out there and do their duty, and they all voted.
Yeah, I have. I can't say all of them, but I did have 4 out of my 5 guys said they went and voted. So I gave them time off to go vote. So hopefully they did. I didn't ask for them to come back with stickers and all that to prove it, but hopefully they did. Yep.
Right. Yeah. I guess you heard the news. Today's rather sad day. I know it's election day, but we lost one of the Click and Clack brothers.
Yes, I did. I heard that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 77 from complications of Alzheimer's. I'm sure going to miss that guy. He was so entertaining on NPR.
Yes.
And what an infectious laugh that man had.
Yes,
it was incredible.
I think he probably knew about it 2 years ago when they retired. I think he had felt it coming on, and I think that's the reason why they did. Because a lot of people were surprised they did retire. Because just like I do my radio program from home, I believe they were doing theirs from their homes also close. I think they were, and I don't think it was really inconvenient for them to do it. So I think we've just found out the reason why, and it's a shame. It really is.
Yeah. And both of those brothers both graduated from MIT. Of course, so many people know that they went the whole way in regards to education, and they opened up a shop where people could work on their own cars. That was their concept. And then, of course, they opened up another shop where they did regular work, where they handled it in a traditional fashion. But I always enjoyed, as I do listening to you, I always enjoyed listening to them.
Oh, so did I, no doubt.
Yeah,
I never
they
considered them competition. I considered them entertainment, and that's
yes.
different. I mean, I try to entertain folks with our music bumps, our comedy bumps, and keeping people interested in the show. But when you get down to it, I'm trying to help people also. And their show, even though they did help some people once in a while, wasn't geared for that. They were mostly comedy, and that's good.
Yeah, good entertainment. And
Now,
you know, I used to spend Sundays in my garage tinkering with cars, as we probably all do, and turned on the radio, and there they were, and it was just a blast to listen to them. You know,
I agree.
so.
Now, I'm going to be up in your area, not this Friday, but next Friday. I am going to be at the Weinberg Center for the Red Green Show.
The Red Green Show. Tell me about the Red Green Show.
All right, good. I'm glad you said that. The Red Green Show, speaking of NPR, was on MPT and public television for decades, about 20 years. And it is a show out of Canada that you would have sworn was probably more like out of Arkansas or Tennessee. They did a country type of feel, and they were acting as if they were in a lodge, and they had all these other lodge members. And it's a comedy program, and it is hilarious. The Red Green Show gives you helpful tips on how to repair things, and duct tape is always used in every repair. And it is something that you should Google when you get a chance, Jose. The Red Green Shows, watch some of the episodes. It is hilarious. And Red Green is actually the character of the show. And the funny thing is, what a more common name could you have but Red Green? The guy's real name is Steve Smith, I swear to God. That's his real name. So anyway, they had a number of different characters go through the show over the years. Red Green always stayed the same. He was always the star of the show. And hilarious. I really enjoy the show. So they're doing the Red Green Show live at Weinberg next Friday, the 14th.
Oh, wow.
So if anyone's listening in the Frederick area, I don't know if tickets are still available, but I highly recommend it. I'm looking forward to being there.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to look into that because that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. So do me a favor. Google Red Green Show, okay, and watch a couple of the episodes. The best episodes to watch are usually the ones like around 1998 to 2001, somewhere around there. Those are the ones that I think are still one of the better ones out there. There's a lot of good ones out there, but that's when the show was really on a roll, and they had their characters really defined. It was good.
Oh, that's cool. So they've been on the air for a long time.
Now I have a couple of their snippets on my radio program that I play, and I don't know if I'm talented enough to play one of them here with audio. I don't know if you can do that or not. You want to try it?
Sure.
Okay, let's see what we can do here. I don't know if I can do this or not. Let's see what we got over here. Okay. Okay, I've got that. Oh, that's going to be on the same. Hold on. No, don't want to do it there. Let's put it here on a different audio just in case. And let's see how I can do that. Now I want to do screen share. And wave card, share. Okay, and what do I do? Oh, I
don't know, but it looks like a playlist of some sort.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Red Green Show.
Yep. Okay, hold on here. Okay. Can you hear that?
Just barely.
All right. Nope, it's not doing it.
Yeah, I can just hear it barely.
Okay. I think we lost it. We're still hanging in there. You can hear me though, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I had to stop screen share because it was starting to break up. So they did all kinds of different things on this show. They acted like, as I said, they were at a lodge, and they had the man prayer, okay, and it was hilarious. And they also had different characters that come in and talk about things that are going on in the neighborhood. Like they had a truck accident in front of their lodge one time, and it was a manufacturer of beer, and no one was in a hurry to help clean it up and all kind of stuff. And they do this one bit about communication, and they're all three guys from the lodge are out in a little fishing boat, and this one guy goes, my analyst tells me that men don't communicate very well, and there's like dead silence, and then the same guy goes, well, I guess, I don't think he was talking about us. And the guy, well, I don't think so either. And they start talking about, well, why don't they tell a story about something they've never told anybody else? And Red Green goes, I don't think that's a really good idea. And he goes, oh, let's do it. He goes, I'll start. And he goes, okay. And he goes, I've never been with a woman. And he went, oh, my goodness gracious. You're kidding. He goes, and no one knows that. And Red Green goes, well, the women know it, right? And then he goes, well, my analyst says that men just never say two words to each other, like that. And Red Green goes, I'm thinking of two words right now. And then the next guy, he finally tells his story. He said one day he was at church, and he took all the money out of the collection plate as it passed by. And they go, oh, my goodness, that's terrible. Why do they do that? Poor choice, poor choice. So they finally go to Red Green. Red Green goes, well, I really don't know how terrible this is. He goes, but I guess I'll bring it up. He goes, because, the first guy said he's never been with a woman. He's in his 40s. Second guy said he took all the money out of the collection plate. Red Green goes, I've never changed the oil in the Possum Lodge van. And they both went, oh, my God, you're kidding. And they put that over top of the other two as if that was the most crucial thing they've ever heard in their life. It was hilarious. And they're going on and on. And they said, we've lost all respect for you, Red. We can't respect you anymore. Never change the oil of the Possum van.
Yeah, priorities are different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
I'm looking forward to it.
is that one of the Jasper tumbler glasses you just drank out of?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Those things are fabulous.
Fantastic. They are fantastic.
Yeah.
I was just at Jasper.
Really?
I was just at Jasper yesterday.
And
Yep.
did you
Tour of
take the
three
whole
factories.
tour?
Yep.
You took
Tour of all three factories. They've got three factories. Well, they have more than three factories, but they have three factories in Indiana. And I went to the three that they have in Indiana. We flew out Sunday morning. Dave Winward, who's always on the show too, he's in a meeting tonight. He couldn't meet with us. Flew out with about 6 other guys, and we had a great time. Jasper Engines has a go-kart track, their own.
Wow.
And I got on there. It was fantastic. Jose's breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Now we can. Yes, we lost you for a little bit. Yes, they have a great go-kart track. So it was a lot of fun. Go-karts go to about 33, 35 miles per hour. Almost everybody wrecked but me. I got to a point where I decided I didn't have to be the fastest, but I wanted to go without wrecking. And I did about 10 laps around there, 60 laps, didn't wreck.
Consistency. That's the whole thing. Consistency.
Didn't beat anybody of any consequence, but it didn't wreck. So I had fun. Well, I was one of the oldest guys there, too.
Well, that's
go-kart, that you're sitting awful low and you're sitting on the road, and that's real good for the back. So we lost Jose. Hopefully he'll be able to come right back in. But, yep, there he goes. He may be coming back in here again. All right, so we're going to click on Jose now. Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm coming back.
No problem. We lost you there for a little bit. I was just telling you that Jasper Engines has a really nice go-kart track, and they've got about 5 or 6 go-karts that you can race at the same time. So we had guys from our group, and there was also another group from New York and New Jersey, and we're all racing against each other out there, and we had a blast. We really did.
Oh, I would love to do that.
Yeah, I was probably the oldest guy there, so I had to be a little careful because of my back. But as I was telling Mike, I wasn't the fastest one there, but I didn't wreck. Okay, the whole track is lined with tires, and I guarantee you, man, this one guy, he went through. He almost didn't take a tire out because I thought he went over him for a second, and he kept on the gas even after he got on the grass. And I am telling you, 20 people sitting there watching him. We were laughing so hard that three of us had to take our helmets off because we were crying and laughing, and our hearts were hitting. Unbelievable! This guy was so funny when he hit those tires. You could see the old arms lock up, but the gas pedal just kept on going. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
All right, so tell us a little bit about Dynamic Automotive because I digress. We'll talk about go-karting all night.
we have 3 locations here in Frederick County, and we're a little short-staffed this week because most of them have gone to Las Vegas. Their SEMA and Apex show. They're having a great time, and usually, Todd is here with me, and we're doing the show together. Well, they have been riding Todd rather hard this week.
Why is that?
Needless to say, the alcohol is flowing, and I'm they're getting into their share of trouble, and Todd's seeing nightlife that he's probably never seen before.
His wife didn't go with him, then I assume.
And here I am. I'm spilling the beans.
Yeah, it's okay. It's only going on video forever. Don't worry about it. Forever. Yeah. Every time they have a fight, she's going to pull up the old video. Take a look at this. This is what was told about you.
Yeah, so they're supposed to come back Friday on the red eye, and Todd assured me he's going to stop by the shop to get debriefed to see how things are going, and I expect to see a very tired man. A very worn-out, tired man.
I hear you. Well, that's
so
good.
Anyway, Dynamic
Automotive. Back to 3 locations, right?
That's 3 locations here in Frederick County, and as I said before, we're a little short-staffed, but we can still handle your automotive needs. If you want service here in Liberty Town, my phone number is 301-694-6250, and Newmarket, our original location, that phone number there is 301-514-5460. I'm sorry, I said that all wrong. 301-694-5460.
Okay.
And you'll talk to Sarah over there, who really has things under control. I mean, when Lee goes, that girl gets down to business. I mean, I went over there Monday. Boy, I mean, they're saluting and everything. I mean, she's got it all under control over there. Okay. Anyway, we have a 3rd location in Urbana. That's right off of 270, and that boasts a full-service quick lube facility, a 60-foot soft cloth car wash that Michael Lambert absolutely loves. And we have a
Mike's theme is, if I have to use a car wash, I'm going to use Dynamic.
That's right.
He's the best. And we have a 9-bay repair shop there, and that facility is open 7 days a week, and their phone number is 301-874-8833.
Very good. And all 3 of your locations install BG products and services, and also Jasper engines and transmissions.
Yes, we do a lot of BG services in the Quick Lube facility in Urbana, and when it comes to engines and transmissions, we use the Jasper products. They are the best out there now.
No doubt about it. And what I was going to say, I was just in the factory yesterday in Indiana, and I'm telling you, they've got their stuff together. It really is impressive. The assembly. I have the greatest respect for assembly line workers. I don't know how these people do it. And one of the problems they're having in Indiana is, of course, the workforce trying to, the place that they're in right now, Jasper, Indiana, they actually had to build a building 45 miles away from there to open up another factory because they had exhausted all of the competent workforce in their area. Their unemployment ratio right now in Jasper, Indiana is like 3%.
Wow.
Okay. So they went to another county about 10 years ago that had at that time 17% unemployment, and now they're down to about 6%.
And
So,
and you talk about highly skilled labor. What they do there is they develop their people, and that labor force has got to be very highly skilled, because they are what I consider the state-of-the-art machine shop.
yes, they are. I mean, some of the equipment they use and some of the talents they have, it's amazing. But the talent they have is the fact that they do the same thing over and over again. I mean, we were there at one of the pods, they call it. And the pod has, they serve to give them an incentive to get a certain amount done. And there were supposed to be 21 of these engines rebuilt at this pod per day. And I think they were on 19 when the whistle blew, and everyone in that pod stayed until the next two were done. Another 45 minutes. Now, I know they get paid for it, okay, and they also get commissions, I assume, or at least some incentives, okay, but that they really, you can see they care. But I'll tell you one thing. We're in the middle of the day when it's break time and that whistle blows. You better not be in between them and the place to eat, because they will run your butt right over. It was like the Flintstones. And Fred was off yeah, I'm telling you, it was that fast,
Right.
Unreal. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Jose. Appreciate you being with us tonight. We'll be back with you in just a few moments, okay?
Okay, thank you. A lot of fun.
All right. Mr. Mike Lambert, you've got our tip of the week to help our consumers who are watching right now.
I do. I have a new product from Geod. Can you see that?
Yep.
It's called
Can Coat. Can Coat?
Can Coat. Yeah, C-A-N Coat. It is
Okay.
it is actually a ceramic coating in an aerosol form that will give you 8 months minimum of protection for your car. And what makes it really cool is you spray 2 squirts on a microfiber towel and do like a section of the car, like a fender, and buff it right off, and you're done. You can do a whole car in about 15 minutes.
Wow.
It's amazing. It is amazing.
And that's going to put you out of business.
I'm sorry?
Cancel my appointment on the Magnum.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it. Lena's already filled it. Never mind. No. If she heard that, she'd already have somebody filling my spot. Don't do that.
But it's amazing. So I think we're probably going to start using this instead of a synthetic wax. I think this is what we're going to offer. Because it has the same properties as it is a coating, so it has the same properties as the one that we really that gives you 2 years of durability. It doesn't get dirty. The rain doesn't stick to it, but it'll only last you about 6 to 8 months.
Does your buddy from MMO know about this yet?
I'm sorry?
Does your buddy from Ammo know about this yet?
Oh no, that's okay. He's cool with whatever we do.
Okay. All right. Very good.
And I have to say one other thing. Today is Lena and my 25th anniversary. So,
hey, congratulations!
Very good. Congratulations, and I think it probably won't make it to 26 once she figures out you're doing a Google Hangout on your anniversary.
That's okay. I told her happy anniversary this morning. I bought you a furnace because we're having a new furnace put in the house. So that's
you
her
are a
anniversary.
romantic one.
He is a romantic man. Yes, sir.
When you look up romance in the dictionary, they got a picture of Mike there,
I can honestly tell you that if I hadn't married her, I'd probably be dead. And she's the one that runs the business. As I always tell people, I just wax the cars, but she's the reason that we're so successful. So that's nice.
It takes two. It takes two, as they say. And obviously, she's a very good businesswoman. She's doing a great job with that. But and I don't want to underestimate the talent that Mike has. People think, anybody can clean a car. Au contraire, mon frère. And I don't know of anyone. Maybe Rod Kraft, you say, but I haven't seen anyone that can clean a car like you can.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, I agree with that also. Yep, I've seen his work, and it is amazing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. That means a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, put that can back up there one more time. Where can people get this?
You can get this from Esoteric Car Care, who is the sole importer of Geon in the United States.
Well, you know, that looks like fancy hairspray to me.
It does,
Yeah,
doesn't
man. Wait a minute, wait a minute. What would you and me know anything about fancy hairspray?
I
Huh?
was going to say that, but
You're talking out of your head right now, Jose. We have no, we don't have any kind of reference there at all. Come on now. Fancy hairspray. Well, I can't believe, of all people, Jose brought that up. Holy moly, I'm embarrassed to be one of those bold guys with him. Anyway, so Esoteric, E-S-O-T-E-R-I-C.
Yes, Esoteric Car Care. He's Todd Cooper Ryder is the gentleman's name, and he's out in Indianapolis.
Okay.
Which I don't hold against him too bad.
EsotericCarCare.com?
Yes, and and it's all the information's on our website too if you need that. But very nice people to deal with. Customer service has been outstanding. He's a detailer too. He's a high-end detailer, and
Right.
he does a lot. He's like the guy in the middle of the country. If you have a Ferrari, that's the guy you go to. So he's very good.
Very good. And he's in that city that we can't stand. All right. Sounds so good.
I already told him that. I told him, I said, I won't hold it against you because it's been a long time.
No, I will. It's only been 30 years. Only been 30 years.
That's right.
That's how long. You know, when you're 59, half of my life I've been without the Colts.
Yep. Yep.
There you go. Thank you, Mr. Mike.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, let's get back to Mr. Hairspray himself, Jose Bueso. And I tell you, I can't believe it. I wouldn't even recognize that can of hairspray. So, you know, it was so funny. We're standing in line for the plane on the way back. And I said 6 guys from Maryland also went with us on this. So they get into a conversation. And I don't know where this started, but all of a sudden they start talking about hair products. You know? And I make the joke, what the heck are we talking about that for? You know, like that. And then they start talking about me. And, you know, right in the middle of this line of about 30 or 40 people all in earshot, we're talking about, well, how do I shave my head? How often do I shave my head? What do I shave my head with? I mean, you would think that this is some kind of secret out here. It's a freaking fusion razor, okay? I mean, you know, it's nothing. It was hilarious. We had a blast. We laughed the whole time, I'm telling you, back and forth. And Dave Winward knows how to drive a go-kart, especially on this track. Oh, he's incredible. He lapped me. We were doing 10 laps. He lapped me in 5 laps.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
He just slid through. I'm going through, and I think I'm doing okay, and so are the other guys. He lapped everybody.
Wow.
He lapped everybody. Then I found out he lived there for 11 months, and I think we know what he did for 11 months. He was
I
on
was
that
going to say, he's there once a month.
Yeah.
He was once a month. I think he was at Jasper Industries once a month. The other 29 days, he was at the go-kart. He really knew how to drive. He really knew how to ride. We're going to have to talk about that next week. So
Wow, that's
very
cool.
good. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Well, you know, who's your salesman?
That would be oh gosh, what's his name? Greg Lusk.
Okay, well, you got to talk with Greg. Say it's about time for you and maybe Big Bobby Allen or one of the other partners, and you take them out. That you get to go out to Jasper, and make sure it's a 2-day. Definitely do a 2-day trip. If you don't do a 2-day trip, you can't go out on the track.
Yeah, yeah. I got to get back out there. I've been there once. I really enjoyed it, but they've made so many changes here of late. I want to get out there. I have never been on that go-kart track, and I just want to get out there and do that. Yeah,
and it's going to be a blast. Yep, yeah. Get out there while you're still young enough, mister.
Right.
There you go. All right, well, Jose, thank you very much. Jose from Dynamic Automotive, 3 locations to serve you. Newmarket, Libertytown, and Urbana, all in the Frederick, Maryland area. Mike Lambert from the Shine Shop. He's located in Reisterstown, Maryland at 410-833-1632. And I'm Dave Serio from the radio program You Ought to Know. I have an automobile repair shop in Bel Air, which is Harford County, Maryland, and that is called Vehicle Service Plus. And you can find out more on the web at vehicleserviceplus.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us this evening. This particular show is part of the Hangout10.com network. The show is called You Ought to Know Live, and you can always find us at YouAutoKnowLive.com. If you've been watching this on archive, please feel free to join us next Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, live at YouAutoKnowLive.com. Have a blessed evening. Look forward to talking to you Saturday on the radio. I'm Dave Serio. Bye-bye.